Good afternoon and welcome back to Withrow Urban Homestead. Today is April 17th and it's time to plant dwarf sunflowers. This is my first time planting these. I'm going to start them outdoors under a greenhouse dome, under a netting, a tunnel, to protect them from digging animals. I'm not going to plant them like I normally plant my sunflowers, start my seeds in the house. This is an experiment. I'm starting them outdoors and trying a new variety. Now you're going to read varying informations on packets and websites. Each seed company, each website is going to give you different information. Hang on, it's windy. Let me put these away. I don't want them to blow off. This seed packet says they'll germinate 5 to 12 days. Other seed packets say 10 to 15 days. And you'll also read 10 to 21 days for sunflowers. It's really going to depend on the temperature. Sunflowers prefer 70 to 85 degree temperatures to germinate, soil temperatures. Of course, starting them inside in the warm furnace room like I normally do under lights. Last year, my sunflowers germinated. My mammoth, my 12-foot tall sunflowers, and my autumn beauty, my multi-branching, various color sunflowers with lots of blossoms. Last year, those germinated in only 3 days. It's really going to depend on the temperature. It's cold today. Tomorrow's going to be 80, which is crazy, and Saturday, 88. So how long these are going to take to germinate outside, I don't know. Some packs say plant sunflowers a 1/4 inch deep. Some say a half. This packet says to sow the seeds an inch deep. So you're going to get various information. Typically, it's double the depth of the size of the seed. I tend to do about a 1/4 of an inch. But importantly, make sure there's good moisture contact. Pat down the soil. Moisture is going to help that hard seed shell soften and the seedling to break through. Sunflowers are easy to direct sow into the garden 1 to 2 weeks after your last frost. But here in this garden and in my son's memorial garden, animals would dig them up and birds would eat them. So I'm sowing them in cells. And because many of these I'm going to be giving away free to my community. In the alley, I have a tradition of giving away free sunflowers. I've been doing it for over 10 years and people really look forward to it. And this is the first time I'm going to be including a dwarf variety. People that take the mammoth, some of them have a contest to see how tall they can grow them. A lady that took some autumn beauty told me she gives them to a school. Now I'm going to be including the dwarf variety. I wanted to sow 2 full trays, 72 cells, but there's not enough seeds in these packets. So I have 1 tray that I already sowed and it only filled up 3.5 of the cells. So I have 36 in this tray and I think 22 in the other tray. But still, that's enough. It'll be fun to give these away. the seed company, Sow True Seeds. It's a great small company. They're grown on the East Coast, so they're perfect for North Central Maryland. They're perfect for the Mid-Atlantic. They're adapted to this region's weather. And they have gorgeous seeds. The other company have good seeds, but I'm really impressed these are just beautiful seeds. They all look perfect. My local health food store co-op sells this brand. I've actually met one of the owners. I went to a conference. She's a really great lady. It's also a great company for teaching how to save seeds. And they said if you want to save your sunflower seeds, you have to separate varieties by 1/2 mile, or they'll cross. That's insane. So it's risky giving away all these dwarf sunflowers because they might cross with my autumn beauty that I save. It might make them grow shorter next year. I don't know. We'll see. I don't save mammoth sunflower seeds because they do cross with my multi-branching variety. And then the next year when I grow them, they don't make one big head. They'll still get tall, but they'll have multiple heads on them. So we'll see. If these cause my autumn beauty to get shorter next year, then I won't give these away anymore. All my neighbors are home on spring break. Some are kids, some are teachers. So I'm trying not to film in that direction and show them outside talking or working or whatever they're doing. It's a beautiful day. It's cold, but it's nice and sunny. I'm using a 10 by 20 tray with no drainage holes, and then in that I put a mesh tray, and then I put the 6 cells, and that way I can take the mesh tray out for watering, and it can drain, and then I can put it back in. I put Sluggo under this mesh tray because slugs, when I put plants directly on the ground like this, slugs love to get in under the roots. Last year I hardened off some plants out on the garden, where you bring them back in and out of the house. And when I went to transplant those plants, there were slugs up in the roots. So hopefully the Sluggo will prevent that, because slugs love a moist place. The dome's going to hold the heat and the moisture, and it's on there pretty good, but I don't want the wind blowing it off, so I'm going to tape it down. Is it going to get too hot? That's a good question. My research said sunflower seeds have to reach 180 degrees for 30 minutes to become sterile. I don't think it's going to get that hot. Now, right now it's cold. Tomorrow it's going to be warm. Saturday it's going to be hot, but that's going to be brief, and it's going to get back to 50s at night and 70s in the day. Now, if they had already germinated, of course, the lid would be off. 88. We'll see. If I get too concerned, I can move them over into the shade. But I really don't want to mess with them. I just want to leave them and see what happens. If they die, well, then I'll know. My other seeds this year I've been sowing in jugs. And these are hardening off. I'm going to need to close them up soon for the night. And all of these have germinated, but it's not yet time to open them up to harden them off. So they're still closed. To come back and check the progress of our dwarf sunflowers. See what happens. Thank you for visiting Withrow Urban Homestead. See you later. Bye-bye.